let's do a quick build video in Season of Discovery. This is my little gnome. This is a PvP focused video. Because that's usually what people have been asking for. Believe it or not. I do PvE as well, but for some reason less people are interested in that side of things. Anyway, this is my build. Let's take a look. It's Deep Frost. Surprise, surprise. I've played it with fire to ignite, but I actually like the arcane build better. So it's 17-0-34, very basic Andy, classic World of Warcraft mage spec. If I were to move any points around, I'd take 1 point from Imp Cock and put it to Imp Blizzard for more procs. You don't need the hit because you get them from the rings. We'll cover the runes here in a second. Okay, so this is the build for arcane. You get that 4-second silence, so you can combo people in the deep freeze silence combo. You get the clear cast, you get the resistances, you get the arcane hit for poly and silence. It's just good. Okay, very standard classic WoW. Now, for PvP, we're going to be playing the simple way I like to explain this build, guys, is it's everything quintessential Frost Mage. Just like this Reddit post says. Seems like Frost Mage with some additions. Yeah. Deep Freeze. Orb. Fingers. Lance. Frost Firebolt. Icy Veins. Brain Freeze. I guess Displacement's the only one that's like, you know, whatever. Just PvP mobility, right? But basically, it's all the Frost talents. I wanted to play Frost Mage. That's why I made this build, because I just enjoy the playstyle of Frost Mage. So that's what we're making this. Okay. So those are the runes, right? In terms of the gearing for PvP, it's pretty standard. You want stamina on every piece of gear. You want stamina enchants whenever you can find them. And then for my gearing, I'm gonna go full rank 10 gear. And I actually just hit rank 8, so I need to go buy my rank 8 gear. Knight Captain stuff, so I'll be 4 out of 6. But I'm basically gonna go full rank 10 gear, or rank 7, 8, and 10 gear. And then 2-piece sorcerers, so the belt and the bindings. I'm gonna go for my 2 Real rings. I already have one of them. The second one I'm farming still. The 2 trinkets I'm gonna be going for are the insignia and the on use. The on use from Ubers is better than this one, but you know, it kind of works. Nightmare Trophy wand, Bloodrot cloak, Ancient Nose Lost locket. Gearing, basic, right? Normal enchants, we got speed on the boots, HP to legs and helm and chest, right? All the stuff you would come to expect in classic WoW PvP. That's why, like, I haven't done like a build video, because to me it's just like this is as basic as it gets. Now, quick disclaimer: with a build like this, I'm not claiming it to be the best. It's the build I'm playing because I find it the most fun. I find this build incredibly fun. It's just like playing Kata or like Wrath or Kata Frost Mage in vanilla content, right? So the play style is like you have the orb, into the orb hits the target, into a deep freeze, into spam lance and frost firebolt, into an improved counter spell. So keep in mind, deep is 5 seconds, improved counter spell is another 4. Quick math, that's 9 seconds of lockdown on a priest, on a shaman, on a warlock, and the orb is hitting the whole time and you're slamming procs the whole time. Guess what? Turns out in 9 seconds you can usually kill something 100-0, and that's very fun. What are the downsides of this build? Well, the downsides are you don't have any heals. No chronostatic because you need brain freeze. No mass regen because it takes so much mana. And no normal regen because you need fingers. So you have no heals. So if you find yourself in like a 1vx situation, it can get tricky. You need a pocket healer for this build. Or just play very careful, right, and don't get hit. But yeah, I mean, that's gonna happen. Like you have no heals. So with this win in a dueling tournament, no, probably not. Like you'd probably get your butt kicked, you know. But it's a very fun spec. I've been playing a ton of it. I think there's a ton of clips you guys have probably seen on YouTube and like around here on Twitch too of crazy world PvP with this build, because you can do like orb snap double orb with an icy veins on use and just spam frost fire bolts and just take out like 10 enemies. It's super fun. I've been super addicted to this build and I'm loving it. But yeah, those are the disclaimers. I don't claim it to be necessarily the best. I find it to be very fun and action-packed, and I think the alternative, like I started the video with, is instead of that improved counterspell, if you want to go ignite for a little bit more damage, like you can, that's fine. But you kind of need Ice Block and SoD as a mage for PvP. I guess we'll flash the PvE build too. The PvE build we're doing Combust all the way down, Pyroblast, Blast Wave, right? And Frost, and we're just spamming those Balefire bolts up to 9 stacks, slamming the hot streaks when we get the procs for instant pyro, and it's pretty fun too. But we have our first raid in a few days, so we'll see how we actually do on the DPS meters. Cool. All right, that's pretty much the build. Any questions in the chat before we end this video? I'm enjoying the fact that this is the one build that makes the most sense and it works. Yeah, it's just basic Andy Frost Mage from like Wrath and Kata. It's super fun and it works. What's your hardest matchup? In a 1v1, I haven't done that many 1v1s, but like a really good Lock is going to be impossible, I think. A really good Rogue is going to be impossible. A really good Shaman might be pretty close to hard, like impossible. A really good Priest maybe. Like there's matchups that are hard. There's matchups that are hard. What's your staff? It's Sunken Temple, Nightmare Staff. All right, people have been asking for that for like weeks now.